Hi, I'm Imogen. I'm 13 years old and I've just been in a film about self harm.
He came across this statistic published by the Children's Society, which shocked us both that 1 in 4 14-year-old girls struggle with self harm and some form of mental issue. So it became a very important issue for me personally because I have a teenage daughter. So we did some research on actual children and young adults who were dealing with this issue.
Everybody's different, everybody's circumstances, situations, the reason they got into that situation and the way they're going to get out of that situation. Everybody's different. And so it's very difficult to be prescriptive and say, this is what we need to do. I think the only thing we can say is we need to understand, we need to be tolerant, and we need to be open to those people, whether they're 14-year-old schoolgirls or whether they're 55-year-old men in a boardroom.
It wasn't too difficult to find a young adult to perform this piece because my eldest daughter, Imogen, is 13 and she is a brilliant young actress and has performed in quite a lot of both theatre and TV and film productions. So we asked her to have a little look at the script. Now, it was quite a challenging script, but she's really truly stepped up to that challenge. And then she literally sat and rattled off the piece perfectly, 16 minutes of this monologue. To film in an actual bedroom is quite a challenge because it's a small environment. Getting the cameras in and the sound and the lights is difficult. So we basically recreated a girl's bedroom. We had the help of a brilliant art director, Jules Slingsby, who created a mood board and some ideas for creating this environment. A brilliant young makeup artist, Jessica Mayer, helped us with creating these visual characters.
Basically, this girl had lots of different images of her in her head.
Sometimes the makeup can really just set her in the place where she needs to be to portray the right emotion and the right words. A lot of people, when you put that Instagram makeup on, it's literally like a mask.
One of the issues that face so many young people, especially young girls, is that of identity and the crisis of identity, which is really kind of dropped on them by society.
It was just chaotic in her head, that it was all different and she didn't know what she wanted. So she pictured herself in different ways to see what she really wanted.
I had to choose a few different looks. So one of the looks was a glam look, which is inspired from kind of Instagram flawless, filtered, no one can see a pore, it's all perfect. One of them is a goth look, which shows it's kind of dark. And one was a very simple, we kind of named it Girl Next Door. So quite natural, hardly any makeup.
And I think the multifaceted mirror setup was probably the most challenging to film. The most challenging to act as well. The timing had to be right between all the girls talking at once and talking to each other. So the timing and the way it was edited was also quite challenging. But I think it draws attention to the fact that so many young people aren't given a chance to be who they are. They're always told what they should be, and their minds are made up for them. And I think that's sad.
In the film, what the character did, she couldn't talk to her parents or her friends around her, so she talked to her pet lizard and her toy Snoopy, and that helped her a lot.
Bowser, I think, the bearded dragon, is really her friend and her confidant. She talks to him, she confides in him more than she does her parents or her friends.
Bowser was great. We had to make him a little COVID mask so that he could work on set. But no, he was very, very cooperative. He worked very responsibly. He kept 2 meters apart from most people. He was bubbling with Imogen. And he was great to work with. This thing about never act with bearded dragons or children, it's not true. They're great to get on with.
We commissioned the script based on the true accounts. So a lot of the words that you hear Imogen talking about in the film came from true accounts. They are the actual words spoken by people who have been going through these problems and dealing with this on their own and then seeking help themselves.
Obviously, we were just filming with one actor, the Bearded Dragon, and Imogen, of course. So, you know, it was quite COVID compliant, quite challenging, especially for Imogen. And she was quite remarkable.
Just because someone looks okay and they're at school every day and they're laughing and smiling doesn't mean that when they go home they are like that.
You're not alone, and you shouldn't feel alone because there's people around you that can understand where you're coming from. So you're not alone at all.